What's up, everyone? It is your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. Having some technical difficulties here. And it's really getting on my nerves at the moment. I can't pull up my damn Twitter, which is where the majority of my shit is. I had videos I wanted to play and everything, but for whatever reason, when I try to get on my Twitter, it's not working on my computer. Maybe I'll just try going in without going through my thing. Yeah. So for whatever reason, I can't sign in onto my Twitter, which is really annoying because the majority of my stuff is on Twitter. It's where a lot of my videos are and whatnot. So, all right. So now I got to do a whole different format. It's like a lot of the videos I had videos and shit I wanted to show. How can I do that when my Twitter won't pull up? So this is probably going to be a fairly short show. I'll get to some of the main points. God damn, that's so goddamn annoying. I'm really irritated right now. I worked super late. I just got done like a couple hours ago from work, so I've been working. I worked super late today. And real quick before I try to do anything. Just make sure that my audio is good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. My audio looks good because yesterday apparently I didn't have any audio. Somehow I still got 3 likes on the video, which is interesting. But I did not have any I did not have any audio the entire show, which kind of annoying because I thought I had a pretty good show. All right. Yeah. So the primaries were yesterday in New Hampshire. And I'm sorry, I'm just kind of irritated right now. Throwing off my game. And not surprisingly, Trump won. Trump won fairly well. He got 12 delegates, and Nikki Haley got 9. He got 54.46% of the votes, and Nikki Haley got 43.27. So, he got like what 11% more votes. Yeah, he got 3 more delegates. So it's not surprising Trump won the nomination. I really don't understand what's going on with people. They're really all like, well, I guess not people, but I guess what I mean by that is I don't understand the individuals that are so on like so in love with Nikki Haley and like think she's going to trump Trump. Yes, she did do fairly well this time around. I'm not going to deny her that or take her flowers away from that at all. She did very well with this primary, but in a bunch of polls in Iowa primary and who knows, and maybe in the we'll see in the primary coming other primaries, we'll see her start to fall further and further behind. And I just don't understand really why everyone likes Nikki Haley so much. Because all I've seen is during the debates and stuff, she just lies a bunch. She lies about uh, things she said, even though they get proven. It's kind of whatever. I guess I'll just watch this. All my shit's all on my goddamn. Oh man. Okay, I guess we'll check this out. I'm really irritated. Sorry, it's kind of all this threw my plans off immensely, and I'm exhausted. So while we watch this video and I listen to it and then provide my commentaries, I'm gonna try and figure out how I'm gonna do this show. And I've restarted my computer like 2 different times, so I don't know. I got nothing at this point. So share this. So this is Trump's victory speech after winning the New Hampshire primary.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Whoa. Well, I want to thank everybody. This is a fantastic state. This is a great, great state. You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three. We win it every time. We win the primary. We win the generals. We've won it, and it's a very, very special place to me. It's very important. If you remember, in 2016, we came here and we needed that win, and we won by 21 points, and it was great. And today, I have to tell you, it was very interesting because I said, wow, what a great victory. But then somebody ran up to the stage all dressed up nicely when it was at 7. But now I just walked up and it's at 14. But she ran up when it was 7. And, you know, we have to do what's good for our party. And she was up and I said, wow, she's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost. And, you know, last week we had a little bit of a problem. And if you remember, Ron was very upset because she ran up and she pretended she won Iowa. And I looked around, I said, didn't she come in 3rd? Yeah, she came in 3rd. And then I looked at the polls. She was talking about most winnability, who's going to win. And I had one put up. I don't know if you see it, but I have one put up. We've won almost every single poll in the last 3 months against crooked Joe Biden, almost every poll. And she doesn't win those polls. And she doesn't win those. This is not your typical victory speech, but let's not have somebody take a victory when she had a very bad night. She had a very bad night. And you have the now very unpopular governor of this state. This guy, he's got to be on something. I've never seen anybody with energy. He's like hopscotch. And, you know, I'm watching this guy, and 2 weeks ago, I said, we're going to win. We're going to win in the landslide. We're going to win. About 3 days ago, I started saying, well, we want to do well. That's a big difference. But I walked out just now, we're 14 points up, and I don't know what it's going to be. But when she was up here, it was like 6 or 7. And, you know, with like 7% of the vote counted. Now, let me just tell you, we had an unbelievable week last week in Iowa. We set a record. It was the best in the history of the caucus, in the history. And I remember I sort of had the same feeling. I'm up and I'm watching, and I said, she's taking a victory lap. And we beat her so badly. But Ron beat her also. You know, Ron came in 2nd and he left. She came in 3rd and she's still hanging around. The other thing, she only got.
That's also a good point for Trump. It's like, yeah, you know, she came in 3rd and I mean, Ron came in 2nd and she came in 3rd. And another funny thing was the fact that she was talking such a big game, saying, "Oh, this primary has now, you know, is now a 2-person race," and everyone was confused by this statement because they were like, "That's not your line. That's not your line," because you came in 3rd and Ron DeSantis was in 2nd. You weren't anywhere close to 3rd or 2nd. I mean. So, yeah, it's a 2-person race between Trump and DeSantis until DeSantis decided to jump out or drop out. So it was a very odd statement of hers, I guess, is my point.
25% of the Republican votes. I don't know if you saw that. Tremendous numbers of independents came out because in this state, because you have a governor that doesn't frankly know what the hell he's doing in this state. In the Republican primary, they accept Democrats to vote. In fact, I think they had 4,000 Democrats before October 6th. They already voted. Now, they're only voting because they want to make me look as bad as possible. Because if you remember, we won in 2016.
And something to point out, apparently, I had videos that I can't bring up, apparently, but apparently a large portion, like 70% of Nikki Haley's voting bloc or voters were not registered as Republicans. So, I mean, that's this thing, and New Hampshire, what New Hampshire does is very weird. Like, it's very weird. Why would you have what New Hampshire does is very weird. They allow, like you just heard, they allow, you know, non-Republicans to come in and vote and stuff. It's just weird. But yes, 70%. Let's see. Hold on. Got to bring it on my phone. Yeah, 70% of Nikki Haley's voters in New Hampshire were not registered Republicans. This is a CNN exit poll. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So 70% registered undeclared. 27% was registered as a Republican. And then 3% were unregistered before today. So that was a CNN exit poll. Okay. So it's not just Trump talking, you know, it's not like, you know, this was CNN that brought this up, not anyone else. All right.
And if you really remember it, if you want to play it straight, we also won in 2020 by more. And we did much better in 2020 than we did in 2016. But as they said, we lost by a whisker, just by a whisker. No. But we can't let that happen. You know, you have to have people that speak up. I said, I can go up and I can say to everybody, oh, thank you for the victory. It's wonderful. Or I can go up and say, who the hell was the imposter that went up on the stage before and like claimed a victory? She did very poorly, actually. She had to win. The governor said, she's going to win. She's going to win. She's going to win. Then she failed badly. Now I have here, if he promises to do it in a minute or less, but the only person more angry than, let's say me, but I don't get too angry, I get even. The only person, because he was there and he did fantastically well, by the way, and then he endorsed me. And we don't have to talk about Tim Scott, who, by the way, just got engaged, we have to tell you. And that's more important than all of this stuff. But a man that got to know her very well is Vivek. I said, Vivek, go up and say a few words about it. He has to do it in 1 minute or less. And then we're going to just say, we had one hell of a night tonight. And one other thing before Vivek comes, do you see that poll? We're going to put it up. We have beaten Biden. You could almost say, who can't? Who the hell can't? The man can't put two sentences together. He can't find the stairs off a stage. Who can't? But Vivek, 1 minute or less. Go do it, Vivek.
What we saw tonight is America first defeating America last. That's what we saw tonight. If you want America last, you can go to Joe Biden. You got another candidate still apparently in the Republican primary. Cut your Social Security to fork over more money to Ukraine so some kleptocrat can buy a bigger house. Go to Nikki Haley. But you know who delivered a double-digit victory tonight? It is a double-digit victory as of right now. Is this man, Donald J. Trump, the leader of America first. And that means something. Now, USA and Donald Trump, America first. Now, I got 30 seconds left. I want to make this point.
Yeah, what's really interesting is not only do you have Vivek coming in and doing his support too, all the way from New Hampshire. You also got Tim Scott. So you got two former candidates that are that went on the trail and showed up for New Hampshire to continue their endorsement of Donald Trump. It says a lot, and to me, this is a clear indication that they definitely have their endorsement came at the price of we got give us a spot in your administration. That's pretty obvious. I think that's obvious, right?
Point here, okay? We got to say this. We got to say this right. What we see right now with her continuing in this race is the ugly underbelly of American politics. where the mega donors are trying to do one thing when we, the people, say another. And it's up to us, we, the people, to at long last say, hell no. We, the people, create a government that is accountable to us. And we, the people, have said tonight, we want, again, as we did in Iowa, Donald J. Trump. And so you want to actually speak truth. That's the truth tonight. And the only thing they're rooting for is an ugly thing that we don't want to see happen. That's what these people are rooting for, is playing to say long enough so the Reid Hoffmans and the ugly Democratic George Soros Jr.'s who are funding the lawsuits against Trump can prop up their puppet. We say no to that vision. I say the general election begins tonight, and this man will win it in a landslide. God bless you, Donald J. Trump. Vote Trump USA.
Very nice. Wasn't that nice? So this was a great evening, and I want to thank everybody in the audience, and I want to thank the people that are standing behind me. You know, I think we called it right. Immigration's a big deal, a very big.
Also, I want to point out they pretty much called it for Trump fairly early. I want to say, I don't even think the voting was like halfway through, and I saw Fox and I think even CNN, saying Trump was won. So says a lot.
Big deal. We have millions and millions of people flowing into our country illegally. We have no idea who the hell they are. They come from prisons and they come from mental institutions, and it's just killing our country. And I'm talking about millions and millions and millions. They are drug dealers. They're everybody. And they come in just like walking right through. There's nobody to check and there's nobody to vet. And we have a man with us tonight, Tom Homan, who is central casting. He's central casting. And I'd like you to say a few words about the border and who's going to solve that problem and how quick are we going to do it, Tom? Go ahead, please.
Look.
Oh, shit. Okay. If you guys don't recognize him, he was a Homeland Security director, I believe, during Trump's administration. And he kind of went viral for him going with, I think this is the same guy. I hope I am, or else I'm just looking like a moron at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. But he went kind of head to head with, what's her face? What's that? Her fucking name? AOC. He went head to head with AOC over border security and stuff, and he ended up just making her look dumb. Like, if you don't remember that video, she's trying to like prostrate and make herself seem all holy. She's like, seeking asylum is legal, or no? Okay, start off with like, asylee seekers have not committed any crime. She like shakes her head, and he's like, it's a crime to enter the border illegally. She's like, seeking asylum is legal. And she's like being all condescending, and he's like, if you're gonna seek asylum, go through a port of entry, not cross the border. And he just ends up like owning her ass. It was hilarious.
I worked for 6 presidents down around Reagan, and every president I ever worked for did something to secure the border. But no one did more than President Trump. The most secure border in my lifetime. The most secure border we've ever seen. And Donald Trump's going to do it again. We're going to lock the border down, and we're going to protect Americans. Because what's happening at the border right now, a record number of Americans have died from fentanyl poisoning. Record number of migrants have died. A record number of women and children have been sex trafficked. A record number of known suspected terrorists across the border. There's one man who's proven he can secure the border, and he's standing to my left, Donald J. Trump. He's going to do it again.
Woo! Thank you very much, Tom. So this is an evening that I will not forget because it's the 3rd time, but more importantly, I think it's going to be the most important time. We won both. It was, I think somebody said if you win both, they've never had a loser. Let me put it that way. When you win Iowa and you win New Hampshire, they've never had a loss. There's never been. So we're not going to be the first, I can tell you. And I just do want to reiterate the polls. We're way up on everybody. We're way up on Biden. And over the last couple of months, if you check, and you have to remember, in 2016, they were saying, oh, what does he know about elections? He's not going to win. He can't win. He can't. Well, we won. And we got millions, and you can check this, and I hope the cameras don't turn off because they hate this, but we got millions and millions of more votes the second time. Right, Mr. Congressman? Millions and millions of more votes. And but we had COVID, and they used COVID to cheat, and they did a lot of other things too. We're not going to let that happen, and that's still going along. We don't forget. You can never forget history, because if you forget, you never recover from it, and you repeat, and we're not going to repeat. We're going to have the greatest election success. We're going to turn our country around. If you take a look throughout the history of our country, if you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of this not great country right now, it's a country in decline. It's a troubled country.
Oh God,
It's a
it's so
failing
terrible
country,
right now.
frankly. But if you took the 10 worst presidents and put them together, the 10 worst, absolutely 10 worst. I used to say 5. Remember, I started, I'd say 5. Then I said, wait a minute, we can add another 5. They would not have done the damage that crooked Joe Biden has done to our wonderful country.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Trump really has some a very unique situation, as people are able to see, and this is why he's probably still so popular, is people can remember how it was during Donald Trump's presidency. People can remember, and it hasn't been a couple of years, and then now we got another Republic. No, people can remember. Shit, I remember when gas was $2. Shit, I remember when groceries wasn't so goddamn expensive. Shit, I remember when I got tax cut and had more money in my paycheck. That's what Trump really has going for him right now. Debating. No, I think we're kind of done with listening to Trump, much as I love him. So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna say, just talk about the Texas response. So Texas responded just as I pretty much thought they were. They're just adding more wire. They're adding more wire because the SCOTUS decision says that the federal government can cut down the wire and everything, but it doesn't prevent Texas from putting more up. So that's what Texas's response to the SCOTUS decision is, and it is hilarious. I love it. It makes me laugh so much. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. Oh, yeah, I'm off my game because I'm kind of fucking irritated, honestly. Not gonna lie. Sorry, doing something. Yeah. I'm so goddamn tired, so I'm sorry. And I'm still irritated because my stupid TikTok, because I had great videos. I had a video ready that we were gonna watch and show why we need to start bringing back bullying. Maybe I'll do that later. All right, moving on. So, there's a TikTok founder. I think her name's Shayak. Right. I have no idea how to pronounce her name because I'm terrible with names. She's been appointed to Oklahoma State Library as a. She's been appointed to the State of Oklahoma Library advisor role, which interesting. If those don't know about TikTok, she's really good at exposing a lot of the crap that are just going on with schools and stuff. That's where I get a lot of my information when there's some crappy stuff going on in the school. And she's vowed to make sure to get child porn out of libraries, or sorry, not child porn, porn for kids out of libraries, which is great. All right, yeah. So Shaya Raichek, who was unveiled as the mind behind the far right social media account, was named this week as the newest member of the Oklahoma State Department of Education Library Media Advisory Committee. Since 2021, Raichek, who is not a resident of Oklahoma, interesting, has been posting videos through Libs of TikTok, making outrageous allegations against schools, teachers, libraries, and hospitals by accusing them of indoctrinating children to be LGBTQ+. I mean, it's kind of proven. Like, if you watch the video, she's not even making allegations. The funny thing is she's not making it. I mean, she does make allegations, but it's not outrageous because she just reposts what other people put on their TikTok and then say, this is what I'm getting from this. And it's fairly accurate. So, I mean, all right. I didn't realize the Pink News. I should have known the Pink News would have been very liberal. Very leftist. Investigations have suggested that some of the posts made by the social media accounts, which was previously listed by the ADL as an extremist organization, have resulted in bomb threats at various school districts, hospitals, and businesses. All right, yeah, sure, really? Name them. Name them. And then, they failed to mention that, they were previously listed by the ADL, and they took her name, took the Libs of TikTok off the extremist group. They can't even spell extremist right. The ADL took her off it, or at least our Libs of TikTok Libs of TikTok account off it, because she threatened to sue them, and they realized, oh shit, we'll probably fucking lose. All right. So last year, Vice uncovered, Vice, a very reputable news source. So I think we can totally, believe anything Vice says, uncovered that at least 11 schools or school districts that have been featured on Libs of TikTok have received bomb threats less than 1 week later. In some instances, the schools that faced bomb threats after being posted by Libs of TikTok were based in Oklahoma. Just one day after a librarian in a school district just outside of Tulsa was targeted by Libs of TikTok, accused of pushing a so-called woke agenda on students. The school was targeted with a bomb threat. Still, State Superintendent Ryan Walters was overjoyed to appoint Raichek to Oklahoma Library Advisory Committee, stating that Libs of TikTok founder was on the front lines, showing the world exactly what the radical left is all about: lowering standards, porn in schools, and pushing woke indoctrination on our kids. 100% accurate. He continued, because of her work, families across the country now know just what is going on. They spelled ion for some reason in schools around the country. In a separate statement posted to X, formerly Twitter, Walter said he was proud to have Raichek on board. Her unique perspective is invaluable as part of my plan to make Oklahoma schools safer for kids and friendly to parents, he wrote. Shaya has a much needed and powerful voice, as well as a tremendous, you didn't put a fucking spelling or space, tremendous platform that will benefit Oklahoma students and their families. Probably fairly accurate. All right, now that's just going into history. We're not going to listen to history. So that's cool. I've been meaning to. I want to reach out to Libs of TikTok and see if she'll do an interview. Probably not. I'm not that important. I don't have a big platform, so the benefits would really go to me. But it was really cool to see. So I'm congratulations on your success, and I hope you successfully turn state libraries around and get fucking porn out of there. All right, now we're gonna go to the last thing. So if you guys don't remember during COVID and stuff, there was some protest, and they involved truckers. And while they were protesting, the government came and prevented them really from using their bank accounts. Sorry, so tired. And it was it was a controversy amongst the freedom lovers, the socialists and communists and shit, that they're just morons, and they thought it was great. But anyways, a judge has now ruled that Trudeau was not justified to use emergency acts to break up the convoy. Canadian courts ruled government was unreasonable when it used sweeping powers to block truckers protesting against COVID rules. Canadian court has ruled that Justin Trudeau's government was not justified when it used sweeping powers to break up what the Prime Minister called illegal and dangerous protest blockades across the country 2 years ago. Federal court found on Tuesday the government invocation of the Emergency Acts in response to the so-called Freedom Convoy protest was not justified in relations to the relevant factual and legal constraints that were required to be taken into consideration. In his decision, Justice Richard Mosley wrote the move was unreasonable and led to infringement of Canadian charters of rights and freedoms. In February 2022, truckers and their supporters occupied Ottawa, the Canadian capital, for nearly a month in a protest over public health orders relating to the COVID pandemic. Protesters also blockade key border crossings with the U.S. Trudeau responded by invoking the 1988 Emergency Acts for the first time in Canadian history, granting the government sweeping powers, including the ability to ban gatherings to certain locations, stop crowdfunding efforts to support the protests. The Prime Minister said the measures would be time limited and only apply to specific geographical regions. We're not preventing the right of the people to protest legally, adding that military would not be deployed. This act is to be used sparingly and as a last resort. Public inquiry in February last year found the government acted appropriately when it invoked the act. But the Canadian Civil Liberties Association, CCLA, and the Canadian Constitution Foundation applied for judicial review, arguing the government's use of the emergency acts breached the country's Charter of Freedom and Rights and Freedom. Iwa Kajiskia, the lawyer for CCLA, acknowledged before the federal government decision that many of the protesters and the government moves to break them up were a distant memory. Probably not from the truckers who nearly lost their livelihoods due to this crap. The federal government, the federal court. But when the act was invoked is important. The federal court decision is meant to give clarity to when future governments might invoke the act, but the ruling was quickly pounced on by Trudeau's political rivals. Judge rules Trudeau broke the highest law in the land with the Emergency Act. He caused the crisis by dividing people. Then he violated Charter's rights to legal suppress citizens. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who met with protesters during the convoy. The Conservatives are currently polling far ahead of Trudeau's Liberal Party, ahead of the expected election next year. Oh, really? Maybe Canada won't be a shithole anymore. In his decision, Justice Mosley admitted that he had more information at his disposal than government officials had when they made the controversial decision. But nonetheless, he found that Trudeau's government lacks sufficient justification. Following a court's decision, Chrystia Freeland The deputy prime minister said the federal government would appeal the court's ruling, adding the government stands by its decision to invoke the act. Public safety of Canadians was under threat. How? Our national security, which includes our national economic security, was under threat. How? It was a hard decision. All right, that's it. Thank God. All right, let's see. I told you it was going to be a short video today. I gotta go get some goddamn sleep. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Follow me on X at @officialwghost. Hopefully, we'll be back up and running, and I can play some of the things I saw. Make sure you follow me at rumble.com/withghost and gaming with ghost as well. Twitch.tv/officialwithghost. And yeah. Yeah. Hope you have a good day. Peace out and see you later, y'all.